The following is an Operation Podcast production. Dude, welcome. Bachelor party weekend. You ready?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Did you bring your assless chaps and butt plugs?
Yes.
You're not going to need them. I brought extra.
Like I brought my whole stash. What do you say? What? Talk into the mic, please. I'm getting married October 19th. Please bring the mojitos.
What do you think I'm doing?
Oh, it's like, what do you do? Like, your kid, like, how are you going to discipline your child?
It rubs the lotion on its skin.
Hi, my name is Maxx Chewning, owner of a really cool candy company, and this guy's brother, and you're watching Ever Forward Radio.
Damn, it's like he's been here before.
Boom. Cerveza.
Bienvenidos, dámelo.
Can I give this a too?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, this AC feels good.
It does.
I normally have to suffer without it.
Are we live?
We're live, Rico.
I wanted to.
Oh, dude, come on. No. Don't be like that.
Beer. I can't even tell you the last time I've had a Corona.
Yeah, what's it like drinking?
You know, I never understood the whole. Everyone, when I first found out about that lime, and everyone made fun of me for having a beer with fruit already in it, and I said, "What about Corona when people put lime in it? This just has the lime already in the beer."
You know, that's actually not.
And then
that's a fair point.
our friends go, "No, that's not the same thing. Like you can put, like you put orange in Shock Top,
Blue Moon, yeah.
yeah, but apparently Bud Light Lime is not a manly drink. But I drink it. I love it.
And you are in fact a man.
I am.
Dude, welcome. Bachelor party weekend. You ready?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Did you bring your assless chaps and butt plugs?
Yes.
You're not
Yes.
going to need them. I brought extra.
Like I brought my whole stash. Chase, how come there's nothing on?
All right, so there's a backstory behind that. So I wasn't
Why
sure.
is there backstory on? Okay. Well,
Well, you asked a question. I'm going to tell you why. I wasn't sure if I liked the placement of them there. So instead of hard wiring or like the mounts, I just put double-sided tape to see if I like it. I put shit on top of the shelves.
falls off.
It all fell off. Yeah. So double-sided tape works to keep it on there, not enough to actually put props.
Turns out Chase is trying to put like 10-pound weights on there.
I put like a little like crystal ball thing and like a couple books, but I don't know. I wanted something because the design of this spot, I wanted that wall to pop out a little bit more. So honestly, the props kind of make it look busy, but I feel like that.
It looks nice. The great space.
Yeah,
Lovely spot.
OperationPodcast.com. You're the only person that's ever pointed that out.
Well, it's probably because your guests can't see over these mic stands, so they probably can't. If someone was sitting over there, they'd be like, "Oh, I couldn't even see those little things." Don't worry.
I do get some short people. They're like,
What do you say? What? Talk into the mic, please. Into the mic.
oh, I just got a text from you.
What?
No. I was like, how'd you do that?
Oh, I was like,
I saw you the whole time.
is this
Yeah.
a bit? I was like, what are you doing?
What are we here for, bro?
I am turning. Oh, wow, I was gonna say I thought it was my birthday. I was gonna go.
No, it's not. Are you okay?
Yeah, no. Well, I'm turning 35, so I'm getting, getting forgetful with stuff. I'm getting married October 19th, so we are going. I keep telling people we're going to
You keep saying Utah.
Salt Lake City.
No.
It sounds Salt Lake City, Lake Tahoe. You can see how they get them mixed up.
Honestly, I thought about Utah because when we went to Moab years ago, that was a great time.
It was.
When I kind of got the idea of going away from tropical, all-inclusive, 10 guys on a resort together, I don't know how fun that would be.
Chase, bring the mojitos.
What do you think I'm doing? Yeah. So I was like Utah or Jackson Hole or like outdoor cabiny kind of vibe. I thought about Utah.
We don't need to go to Jackson's Hole.
I've been there, filled it. Fantastic. Good.
Where is Lake Tahoe? Is in.
So it kind of straddles, half of it is in California, the other half is in Nevada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are staying in Truckee, which is on the California side, North Lake Tahoe. Most North Lake Tahoe is in California. South Lake is mostly in Nevada.
Well, it looks spectacular. I'm excited to.
Yeah.
It's as weird as it is. I never get. I'm not like someone who like on the weekends. I'm like eager to go do like outdoorsy stuff. But I was telling like Joe and some of our friends I'm kind of like, man, it's gonna be sick. I want to go like mountain. I want to go ride bikes and stuff. But I've never been like I want to ride bikes, but I'm excited to do it there because I'm like, yeah, it'll be sick.
It's gonna be dope. We got
ideally some electric a little bit, electric assist.
Damn it! Who told you?
No, that's just what I would hope they would be.
You don't know?
No.
That's literally. Damn it. Well, all right. Well, that's just me saying stuff. All right, well, Saturday we're doing electric dirt bikes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right. So I'm gonna spill the beans because I'm terrible holding surprises.
Okay.
I worked in military intelligence. Your nation's secrets are safe with me. So Saturday. So what we're gonna do was Saturday is supposed to be boat day, but then the weather's gonna be like shit.
Too chilly.
Yes. So we're gonna do ATVs, these razors, like Razor ATV, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I went like this, like Velociraptor.
Like a Polaris kind of thing.
Yeah. We're gonna do that on Sunday. So we switched boat day to Sunday because it's gonna be like 10 degrees warmer.
So we are doing a boat.
We're still doing that.
Nice.
It's like a party boat. It's only gonna be like 68 degrees. Warmer than 57 degrees, technically speaking. But Saturday, because the ATVs weren't available on Saturday. Also, this weekend is Burning Man, so like everything was fucking booked.
Is Burning Man in?
Burning Man, it's in Nevada, but everybody comes to Tahoe. So a lot of the Tahoe like businesses and activities and stuff like that. Excuse me, like Corona's burpee. Was like all booked up, and so couldn't do it on Saturday. But I did through like the interwebs found this other place that does dirt bikes. Looks fantastic. I immediately shout out Michelle. I called her, called this random company, started just hard selling me. She's like, no, fuck ATVs, fuck razors. Like, you're never going to want to do that ever again. She was like, no, inside secret, we're going to take you to this spot. We just drop you off. We chaperone. We kind of let you do your own thing. So, sounds dope. The pictures were amazing. And it's like don't you have one like a Super 73 bike or something?
You
had
something
e-bike,
similar.
Right?
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like that, but they're modified for off-road.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds fucking exciting.
Yeah.
I was just talking about riding bicycles like around
how did you know
the
about
road.
the e-bike thing?
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, I was talking about just like riding bikes, like going on a bike ride. Because I watch videos of it and people are like going past the water and stuff. Like, no.
Yeah.
But no, it's even cooler.
Like the views from this spot are going to be incredible. So we're doing like that on Saturday, and then other stuff I've told you. I got a surprise in store for everybody. But
I don't know what that means.
Yes. Well, just, again, keep your butt plug closed.
I was going to say butt plugs for everyone.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun. I think it'd be better than like a bunch of dudes sitting around an all-inclusive resort. And you're kind of hard to plan for a bachelor party for because, one, like we're all in different places in our lives than like when you did mine, which was it like 10 years? No, like 8 years ago kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now everyone's kind of got obligations in life and shit to do, and nobody really like party hardies that much anymore.
Well, it's like everyone is in a relationship and or married or about to be engaged or
I'm knocked up
about to have kids and everything. So, and also, at least most of us, it's not like I feel like the traditional kind of like life where you're like, I need to escape my like wife and go to like a bachelor party and like go to Vegas and like nothing sounds more least appetizing. Nothing that I don't want to do. I don't want to go to like I didn't want to go to Vegas. I don't want to go to clubs. I don't want to go to like it's.
When I was asking you like ideas, like I don't want a club. I don't want strippers. I don't want all this stuff. And I was like, okay, cool, probably. Yeah. But I feel like you and I were kind of talking like we were together in Christmas, like kind of wanting to get back to like the outdoor stuff a little bit more and just like do mountain shit, which is what I feel like Tahoe.
Which is like it's just like, and it's 9 of my closest friends, right? And all of them are mutual friends with you, and like so it's there's only a couple that I haven't like met yet, so I'm excited for like some of the Virginia boys to meet the Texas folk, and it's gonna be a good time. It's like everyone's gonna get along really well, and like we're gonna have it's gonna be sick.
Dude, the house is so dope. Honestly, what's so me on the house is the only place I found that had a table big enough for 10 people. It's got this. Imagine this like medieval kind of just like long, huge family sit down table. It's got 4, 4, and 2. So it's the only thing I found that had like a sit down dinner table.
Is there a hot tub for 10 dudes get in?
Well, with enough lube, you can make anything possible.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, bro.
Slippery when wet. It'll be dope. Yeah, but like hot tub, foosball, pool table, what's a shuffleboard. It's a huge house.
We'll make jerky shit with the doors open. It's gonna be great. Go on Fuck, I forgot what it's called. Have you told the people that what's your idea on how we're getting there? Walk us through this.
All right. So everybody's kind of all over the place. Well, yeah, Virginia, Florida, South Carolina, Texas, California, and everybody was gonna. I had a couple ideas in mind to like get everybody together to do kind of like a joint, all fly out together kind of thing. But the logistics were a nightmare. So I haven't seen you since Christmas, and I've been wanting to like get some bro time. Yeah, I haven't seen you since Christmas, bro.
I haven't seen
Do
you
the
in
math. Since Christmas, and then we went home for Dad's memorial in January. That's it.
I haven't seen you since January. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And just the way like you got your wedding planned, and like everybody's just so busy. I was like, man, I'm not gonna get like any one-on-one bro time. So I kidnapped you. We're here in LA the day before the bachelor party, and so you're hanging out here. We're doing some stuff. Tomorrow morning, we're getting a big SUV driving up, so we got enough room for the guys. And it's like a 7.5 hour road trip.
What are we going to do for 7.5 hours?
99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer.
See, Chase, what you should have done is bought a bunch of camera mounts, mounted them in the car, and just done a road podcast.
Ooh, it's not too late. We can still do that. I do have
A lot of backup batteries.
I have like the Zoom H6, like old recorder stuff. We can mount it.
Just go old school. Just put a GoPro and just do wireless mics, and you just...
We got a couple of lavs. We'll make it good.
Yeah.
We'll see any hitchhikers. Pick them up.
Pick them up.
Pick them up. You taking my button?
I like long to fidget with stuff.
I do too. I love just like a pen or something flicking around.
Yeah, I think that's because we have disorders of some sort, but I don't know.
What?
Sorry, I got distracted by that plant back there.
Ooh, shiny. But dude, you're getting married.
Yeah.
You ready?
I am.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's I think when you meet the right girl, then it makes you more ready than you kind of thought you were, and I'm like ready for that. I tell Taylor this, and I think she like I don't know if I can like explain it in a way that like makes sense, but I feel like there's like different like chapters like of your life where I've like, you know, in like my 20s, it was like I was trying to figure out what I was doing, and kind of just I was like, you know, being single and, you know, partying a bunch and stuff.
Grow your legs.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was like having fun and stuff, and then it's like when I was 30, I was like, okay, I moved to Texas, and that changed my life. Then I started this.
You were 30 when you went to Texas?
29.
Okay. Yeah.
Or sorry, no, I was 28. 20. Let's see, how old now? I'm turning 25. Moved in 2019, January.
Yeah.
1920. So
yeah.
younger than I am now. And but like that chapter was like, okay, like I completely shifted my entire life, and now and then I started like everything started picking up, and I was like really focused on starting to build like businesses and get started with sour strips, and then, you know, I met Taylor, and then like so it's been this like crazy thing, but like now I'm ready for. I kind of look at like everything that I do throughout the day, and I'm more like yeah, there'll be more. I'm gonna go on some random trips, or like I'm gonna, you know, have you know, challenges at work, and I'm gonna, you know, keep making maybe social media content and stuff. But I was like, not in a bad way, but I was like, this is gonna be my routine for like, unless something changes. Like it's like this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life.
This is life.
And I was like, and I love my routine more than anything. Like I really, really like it. But I'm kind of like, I'm ready for that next like big change of, and the recent one was like moving to Texas, and then, you know, getting in a relationship after I hadn't been in one for like 7, 8 years. So honestly, getting like married and starting a family is like, I'm ready for that next like big change, and that next big like how that's gonna, you know, completely change my life.
Yeah. What kind of conversations have you been having with Taylor? Have you been having different conversations with Taylor about like marriage? Kind of like, are you both on the same page about we're aware to the level to which we're stepping into a new dynamic, a new title of our relationship, or is it just kind of same?
No, I mean, Taylor is not as like vocal about it because she knows that I'm not like a hardcore religious person, but Taylor's very religious, Catholic. I thought Catholic.
You should know this.
Well, I thought Catholic and Baptist are the same thing.
No,
they're not.
No,
yeah.
Baptist, we're like the redheaded stepchildren that we broke
Taylor
away from the Catholic Church.
Taylor is the standard Christian. Would that be a Catholic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's. I know this. Her family
follows Catholicism.
Catholic.
Yes. So she very much views marriage as very much a unity and a joining of, you know, joining of two worlds kind of like together, and it's like it is a commitment to each other. So it's not like she words it in these ways that I'm like this means a lot to you. It's not some casual thing that you're doing, and so I really appreciate that on her end. It's not like she's just like trying to get married. She's like very much of like just like she always like uses like references of like she's like woman is like part of man's rib and like of like back in like she uses like these biblical terms, and she's like and like being together as one is like so she she's got to open my
coming together in like every capacity.
Yes, and so she brings a lot of that kind of like excitement and energy into it, and then we talk about it frequently. It's trust me, I'd say every other day, Taylor will say the phrase of, "Can you believe we're getting married?" And then she'll always be like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Dude, I feel the same, except for us now. It's, can you believe we're having a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're both on the precipice of like the next stage in life, like the next thing in your relationship, the next stage in your family.
Isn't it wild that like so you'll be 39 in October, and I mean when our mom and dad were 39, they already had all of us and were
when mom and dad were my age, I was like
7?
Like a freshman in high school.
Oh shit, yeah.
Can you imagine having teenagers right now, bro?
Oh yeah, but yeah, I guess by the time I'm turning 35, I would be 5 because mom had me when she was like 29, 30. So no, and that's what I think. I'm like, you think your parents are, parents, but you're like they were just young. I couldn't imagine. Like they had 3 grown ass kids by the time they were your age.
Like I guess the argument can be made like in some ways you get more ready. You get more financially stable, or you get more mature or confident, or your life kind of settles before you make this decision to get in a committed relationship or get married or have kids. I don't think you're ever really going to be, oh my God, yes, right now I'm totally ready to have kids. Just everything is fucking perfect.
I definitely don't think our parents thought that.
No. No, I'm like only now about to be 39, having my first kid. I can only now with 51% confidence go, oh yeah. Yeah, like now is a good time. A year ago, 5 years ago, 15, 16 years ago when they would have had us, I'm like, I cannot imagine, bro. Holy crap.
I count my blessings every day that I'm like, I'm glad that I'm at this stage of my life when I'm choosing to start this journey, and like I'm glad that I didn't do it kind of earlier, even meet maybe the wrong person and maybe have a kid with them or something. I don't know. Everything led to this moment, and I'm super excited. I'm ready to take that next leap with Taylor, and yeah, it's gonna be wild because we're already talking about like we want to have like 3. I mean, we're in the early stages of building a new house. Mm-hmm. We're hopefully gonna start like early next year. And what's interesting is like we're literally designing this house. It's really weird to do this, but like we're designing this house like imagining for like
around your future family.
Like okay, like we're gonna have up to but 3 kids. So we need like let's have rooms, and like okay like how do we want it structured? Like, do we need a laundry room upstairs? Like, we don't have any kids. We're like literally building this house as if we have myself and Taylor, 2 dogs, and 3 children. Like, but I'm like, because that's like what I'm, and who knows,
it's smart planning.
What the plan is going to be. But like, we're like designing this house for our kids that they don't even know yet.
Well, you got, I think like me, a lot of our friends are in the similar group of similar stages of life. Like committed relationships, just getting married, having kids. Do you feel like that's really kind of helping this transition for you?
For sure.
How much? Ow! I just bent my nail back. Ow!
Man,
can I get workers' comp on myself?
I don't use nail clippers. I peel my fingernails.
Still?
It's my worst habit.
Grow up.
I know. But it's so funny because it happened yesterday. I was walking, dude. My finger started bleeding because like I'll peel it, and sometimes it gets too much on the raw skin. Yeah. But then you're like, I have to get the piece off, and you're just like, and you rip it, and you're just like, yeah, that's gonna burn for the next like 4 days.
God, I just bent my nail back.
It's shit. Yeah, that's like the one bad thing I have. Yeah, I probably shouldn't eat the nails either. Just kidding. Just kidding. No, seeing everyone, I think it's kind of like. It's not comparable, but like it's always nice to not be the first person to do something. It's kind of like we're building this really nice house in this neighborhood, right? And there's a lot of the neighborhood has been there for a while, and there's some older homes in there. But very recently, there's been a lot of like really nice homes coming up because we really like this spot. But I'm also like, I don't want to like outbuild for this neighborhood. So I'm actually glad. I'm glad that all these other people, like someone had to be first to be like, I'm going to build like a really nice house in this neighborhood that maybe doesn't have as maybe modern or big of house because they've been there for so long. So I'm kind of like, I'm glad y'all all did this first. It gives me validation.
You figure out what goes wrong and then let me know.
Yeah. So similarly to have with like my friends and stuff, it's kind of like not everyone's having kids or everyone's getting married, so I might as well do it too. But it's also like I'm excited because a long time ago I was like planning on being this like single guy forever, and definitely while it can be like jokey about like, oh, I'm fine with being single, but like if let's say all of your friend circles are all in like committed relationships, start to have kids, like you're not gonna hang out with like what am I gonna do?
You're gonna like kind of get like phased out, or you'll probably lose interest. Like I don't want to hang out with you and your kids all the time, or
exactly. So if anything, I'm like, it's cool that like all of our friends are on very similar paths. It's not planned, but it's like everyone is, at least in my guy world, it's like everyone's like right around the age of 30. Everyone's like broken over the 30 mark.
Joe was the last one, right? He just turned 30.
Yeah, so like everyone's like just either been in like solid relationships and now they're kind of taking the next step, or like starting to have kids. So I have like for all circles of like some that are just recently getting married, some that are getting into like very serious relationships, some that are like buying houses together, some that are having kids.
Yeah.
So it's cool, for sure.
Do you find yourself talking to like, because David's having a kid, and I know Christian and Heidi have been talking publicly about kind of they want
Another
kids.
Fucking, yeah. No, we're trying for kids. What does that mean?
Trying.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Like right now or like last night? That's such a weird thing. That's so true. It's so awkward to tell people. I remember telling friends and family when May and I were
imagine
like
your family
trying.
just like
it's like, hey, father-in-law, we're trying to get pregnant.
Yeah, but at that point,
like, I'm boinking your daughter.
No, you're not boinking. You're reproducing. Okay, that's a different one.
Yeah, true.
You're like, no, I used to boink your daughter.
How do you think we met?
Now I'm talking about the next stage of life.
I'm boinking, but like intentionally.
Yeah. No, it's I did the same thing with not the boinking thing, but around Taylor's family. It's like they also are like very soon, like y'all two are gonna have kids, and like
that's like a weird thing to talk about.
It is.
But so y'all gonna have kids soon? It's like, can you please start having sex more often with my daughter during a particular period of her cycle?
Yes, I will. No, I really am excited to look forward to. How are you feeling with soon-to-be fatherhood?
Oh man,
It's been a long time coming, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I just kind of started talking about all this recently, like publicly. We were trying for like a year and a half. Like our fertility, when May got off birth control, and we were like, okay, you're ovulating on this day, let's boink.
Nice.
So it was about like a year and a half, and we went through a miscarriage earlier this year. So we got pregnant in February, and we found out we were pregnant for about just shy of 7 weeks, and really, really stung. Like it was really scary and like really hard, more so like on May, but that was like a hard thing to go through just in the relationship. And then we kind of took some time off.
I didn't know it's as common. It's not like it's relatively common to like have miscarriages.
The more people, like almost, I'd say 1 out of 3 people that I tell that we had a miscarriage.
Me too.
They say me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I guess statistically, I'd even say like 1.5 out of 3. And like a lot of people are like not even 1. We had 2, 3, 4 miscarriages. Or you have 1 kid, you have miscarriage, kid, miscarriage, kid. So it's just kind of like, wow, like holy shit, I didn't know it was this common. Mm-hmm. So we went through that. Then we took like, I don't know, like a month or something off of just not trying. And then we
were still boinking, okay?
We boinked without trying to have a kid, and then we got pregnant. Yeah. So which I hear a lot of. It's kind of you take the pressure off of the trying and the stress and all that stuff, and then and then like, we found out in the wildest way. So we were visiting some friends in Mexico City, and we were like living La Vida Loca for a few days. May woke up the next day, called me from the kitchen. She was in the bathroom. She's like, Chase, can you come in the bathroom? I was like, oh shit, what happened? And then she whipped out this pregnancy stick, and she's like, we're pregnant.
She just carried that on vacation with her?
Well, she knew she was going to be ovulating, so it's kind of just like our life at the time. She always had this stuff at the ready, and yeah, she tested like 2, and she was like, yeah, we're pregnant.
How quickly from the successful boink to positive pregnancy
I can tell you
test?
exactly. I can tell
like,
you exactly.
Would it be like, hey, at midnight we had sex, at 8 a.m. the next morning when I tested my pee? Is that like...
I can tell you because we were. If your family listens to this thing.
These are serious questions.
It was we were in New York visiting her sister who just had her first kid. And then after that, we went up to a wedding in northern New York. And then, okay, so from that date to, it was about 6 weeks. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought when you'd be trying to be pregnant, you would just be like almost, I mean, I guess that would get expensive, but like daily or weekly, like every time.
Well, I mean,
it'd just be like, hey,
I mean, you definitely get the reps in, but like when it actually counts, when she's ovulating and you actually have a higher probability of fertilizing the egg, it's like down to like the hour almost. It's like this day, this moment.
I don't know, mainly because I'm a dude, but I would watch movies or Taylor would tell me stories about like people that'll be like, oh, I didn't know I was like 6 months pregnant, and then I'm always like, well, didn't they notice that they didn't have a period? But then I didn't know that some girls, even when not birth control, is like just here have irregular periods and like just don't have them. I was like, because in my head I'm like, how do you?
Yeah, like that. If like high stress, you can miss a period, or a lot of like overweight or even like obese women, you don't notice it, or even just I got to watch my words here. Anyone who is not overweight or not obese, you can be pregnant for like months because not every woman shows the same way. Or I think some women might even like get their cycle or something. I don't know. I'm not an expert in lady part stuff. I know where it is, or else we wouldn't be pregnant. I got that going for me. But
because I have a wiener, a big one,
very moderately above average. Actually, yesterday I was doing a podcast with a doctor, sex ed specialist and urologist. And she dropped this bomb on me, which I think should make every guy feel better.
She's like, where is the clitoris?
It's like, point to me on the doll.
Yeah, the female orgasm is a myth, right?
It's a myth, right? She confirmed it's true. She was like, she made me forget what I was saying. Most guys struggle with like their sex life because they feel like they're not as well equipped as other guys, or they feel like they want to be bigger or need to be bigger. She's like, the national average for penis size.
What is it, Chase?
5.5 inches erect.
Okay.
Or it might have just been 5. I think it was just 5. 5 inches erect, which is
pretty healthy.
I'm not trying to like shame anybody who's less than that, or like I don't know, but I feel like that's fair. That's a fair amount of inches.
I don't know. On Twitter, I hear girls are just like, if you don't have a 14-inch wiener, then you're embarrassing.
That, like, what do you do with that?
Help! Help!
Oh God! Oh.
I mean, just imagine,
bro. This is I think 7 inches. That's 5. Oh, we just measured this. You sent me the link. Anyway, yeah. What are you gonna do with something bigger than this?
I don't know.
You gotta find a special lady. Or you go down to Mexico and you see the donkey show.
He was really giving it to her. I mean,
what do you get for lunch?
Yeah, it's like you think it's gonna be a woman having sex with a horse, and you get in there and it's just a woman having sex with a horse. Kind of feel bad for her. Kind of feel bad for the horse. I mean, he was really giving it to her.
That's a movie we started talking about recently. She's never seen.
Yeah. Which one is that?
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yes. I wanted to rewatch that.
So here's another way, like, pregnant life has kind of shifted us. Your interests begin to change. So like now I'm getting targeted ads for like all baby shit, same as May. And we've been interested more in watching movies about pregnancy and new parenthood.
Really?
Yeah. So we started watching, we watched This Is 40. We watched
funny movie.
It's really good. Underrated comedy, by the way. And What to Expect When You're Expecting.
Funny movie.
And we're going to watch next, I think, Knocked Up, which is technically, it's kind of like a prequel.
It is.
That came out first to This Is 40.
Yes.
It's like, because that's her sister.
Yeah, it's a sequel, but it's like a different story, but it's those people, but
Same characters, yeah.
Yes.
And then, what was the other one? Oh, she's never seen This Is 40-Year-Old Virgin, which isn't really like a new, it's kind of like he gets married.
She almost had one, you know?
Right, yeah. Damn it, baby, you could have waited just 2 more years. But I'm glad we're going to have kids before 40.
Like, no, I think that'd be good. And are you hoping to have more than one?
Oh yeah, I want like 8. I want like a whole brood. I love the idea. Honestly, I really want 5. I would love 5.
But you come from a family of 3. Why?
I know. I really like the idea of course, famous last words, right? What if they're a shithead and they hate you and your family? I love the idea of like a
The
family.
more kids that I have, the higher chances that all of them won't hate me.
Yeah, 2 out of 5 isn't bad. Statistically probable.
See, I think I talk as if we have this like master plan about how it's going to work out this way, but our plan is 3.
Mm-hmm.
But if we have a boy and a girl, first 2, then we're done.
Ah,
But if we were to have like,
so you get all the collector's items.
we would. I think we would ideally want no more than 3.
Yeah.
And we would stop at 3. But if we had a boy and a girl on the first 2, we would probably stop. Or if we had like twins out of the we want 3. I think we want 3. Whatever the 3 that come are going to be. Taylor thinks she's going to have twins.
Why? Does she have twins in her family?
Apparently, that runs in families, and her mom is a twin. I didn't know that was a thing.
Nobody runs in our family.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, twins run in your family. Better go catch them.
We don't do cardio. I think we're in the same boat. We were on the same page about we would love ideally to have a boy first. We both like the idea of an older brother.
Yes.
And then
Why? Because you think women need protecting from men? You misogynist piece of shit. I'm gonna get out of here.
Have you seen women? This comes up all the time. May's like, yes, absolutely.
I said it on a podcast one time, and I had comments that literally like, because I said like, like to look after a little sister, and I literally had people be like, because women need. I was like,
let me want what I want from my life. Like I'm not. Jeez, I want a boy first.
Yeah.
I would take either.
Well, great success.
Yes, great success. Nailed it. The fertility specialist told me we were getting checked one time. She's like, aim. She goes literally, things look good, Chase. Aim left. I was like, okay, writing this down. Boom, there we go. We got it. So boy, and then I think if we had a girl next, I don't know. We might be cool with that.
You go from I'd really like 8, definitely would maybe want 5 to I'd be fine with 2.
I don't know because I feel like
what does May want?
Like, look, I'm big pie in the sky, crazy thinking, and May's very, very realistic. And so I feel like realistically, after 2 kids, we might go, you know what? This is good. We can handle 2. There's not more of them than us, like financially, school, all the stuff that comes with it that I'm about to find out. But I don't know. We both come from 3. I like the idea of 3.
You know what's interesting is I'm assuming you just like experience this in real time, like because I can't wrap my head around how. So when you have a kid for the first time, obviously everyone who has a kid for the first time has never had that. So especially if the first like let's say 2 years, right? It's probably a little bit of chaos because right, it's so much shit going on. But it's so wild that like I know ideally people don't want their siblings to be ideally I guess they want them like relatively close together, and then there's a lot of stuff of like women should ideally it's like 2 years is a good time before you have the next kid because I guess you can have if you try to have kids like so soon after there can be complications. I've heard.
Oh really?
It's like a real thing. Not saying it happens, but I think apparently like 2 years is like the optimal time.
Yeah, they probably need ample time to like recover. That's so much on their bodies.
Yeah, but what's wild to me is like. So like before the kid is even starting to do cool kid things like talk and like or like I guess by 2 but like start becoming personality and stuff, like while it's a toddler he's like we should have another one of these, like but it's like while it's chaos
barely out of the woods, let's just go ahead and sprinkle some more shit on this.
So, but I mean I guess obviously a ton of people had that, but I guess at some point like when you're in the shit you're just kind of like let's have another one.
Like when you're in the shit, you're like, okay, I'm not dead yet.
Or if they're, I guess,
I didn't kill the kid yet. God forbid.
Or if they're unplanned.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm pretty like planny about that kind of stuff.
I love planning. Planning.
Big planner.
We did decide if the second one, we're gonna definitely at least have 2. We agreed on that. If the second one's another boy, we're for sure gonna try again to hopefully have a girl.
You're just copying what I said.
No, but I said it more eloquently.
Nice.
I can triple stamp a double stamp.
And then our kids, just be cousins. Okay, yeah.
No, they'd be brothers.
What?
Because we're brothers.
That's true.
It's true.
Well, I'm gonna need you to move. Y'all need to move closer.
You need to move closer.
I'm about to build a house.
You're
a renter. You can move around.
We've talked about that. This is a question we get asked a lot. I wonder if any new parents can relate. When we tell people we're pregnant, like, "Oh, are you going to stay in LA? Are you going to?"
Is that a thing?
I guess, but I feel like it's just because people, unless you're a true LAer, Angelino-ian and Angelino, I can never get that word right. I don't know what we're called. People think that you're not going to live here forever or not going to live here with like a family. Everyone we tell we're pregnant, like, oh, the first question is, are you going to stay in LA? And we go, yes. We love it here. Love it here. Now, like if we lived in Texas or we lived back home in Virginia or DC, I feel like we wouldn't get that question. So I'm saying, why do people hate on LA for the idea of raising a family?
I don't even want to get into my thoughts about LA.
Bro, why not? My kid could go to school with like celebrities. They're going to be a celebrity. They're like, oh my God, your dad is Chase Chewning. Played it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I just go where the people are.
Well, yeah, so all of May's family, basically, except for her sister.
Well, they all
here.
moved, yeah.
Yeah, so her brother lives here. Her parents are like an hour south. But
well,
yeah,
that makes sense. That makes sense. If y'all are out here like by yourselves, but then it's still your decision. But like, you know, obviously now we have big ties, and we're staying in Texas for sure because Taylor's entire family is
all there, yeah.
20 minutes away from our where we live, and then you know she's like super close with her family, and you know sees them frequently, like almost weekly, which is really cool. So it's important for her to stay.
But I love the idea, like definitely, like literally every day, things become more real about concepts, or concepts turn more into reality because it goes from pie in the sky idea planning to this is going to be your life of who do you want around your kid? What kind of support system do you have? Don't you have? And again, the idea of family is really important to me. So it definitely has been on my radar more of, all right, well, we got family in Texas, got family all the way on the East Coast. I want them to be a part of my kid's life just as much as I want my kid to be part of their life. So like logistically, how do we do that?
Man, I don't make this whole podcast about kids, but you got to think about like even like what are you gonna do? Like here's a scenario: your kid is 14 and lies to you, and you find out that they were
boinking unintentionally.
Drink, or like get their shit faced at like a party. I don't know. It's like, what do you do? Like, your kid? Like, how are you gonna discipline your child? Like, how are you gonna? What
would you do? You found here's the scenario.
I said, get in the cage again.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. You found out your kid you didn't know that she was at a party. Mm-hmm. You didn't know there was alcohol. All this is new information. It's like, so they lied to you about where they were, and you didn't know that they were even drinking. Turns out they were hammered, and you got to come pick their ass up.
I think you hit them with the, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
I'm also mad.
Yeah. No, I'd be like, yep, your virtual reality's gone, okay?
Ready Player One, not so much.
Yeah, no, I don't really know because I don't know. Like I was a little shithead growing up, but I always like knew that even though I was being a shithead, like I knew that I was like, all right, like I know what's right and wrong and stuff, and you have to like hope that your kid also does that, and it all comes down to it's kind of like at work when like stuff goes wrong, you can get upset at the employees, but then it's kind of like, did I give them all the tools to like not make this error, or did I let them like do so much? Like it really comes down to it's all your fault, or it is your fault. So it's kind of like the kid almost too. It's like you can hope they have the best intentions, but did I provide all of the right ways of raising them, or give them the right tools to? Because they, at a certain point, it's they gotta flap their wings and like
they've got to fuck up.
They gotta make mistakes and stuff, and you don't want to shelter them, but. It's like I know everything that I've done in my life, and I know that like stuff that I like almost got too close to like going too far with something, or like this or that got really sketchy, or I almost could have gotten crazily injured. And I'm more like, yeah, I want them to experience things, but like I don't want them to do the same stuff I did and like super mess up or something. Or
what do you think is a thing you hope or not that we're not hoping ill will or harm on our future children by any means, but we did some dumb shit growing up. Mm-hmm. We lived out in the country, so we had to just like, you're just outside playing, doing crazy shit. So what do you think is something that you did as a kid, looking back, that I don't know, maybe you got in trouble for, or was sketch, that you hope your kid experiences just for like the sake of experience? And what's maybe something you did that you're like, oh God, I hope they never have to go through that?
But to be honest, I don't think about it. Like I didn't really get in a lot of trouble.
What?
I would just do stuff like I would be in like situations maybe at like parties and stuff where I maybe not like drank and drove, but like I was too casual with like alcohol, and maybe I was like riding in cars with like people who I know have been drinking.
Yeah.
I was actually really adamant. I got called little bitch. I would like go from parties and like there'd be, including girls, I'd be like, oh, like well, let's go to the next party or something, and they'd get in, they'd have like beers or something, and I'd be like, you're not having this in my car, like, and they were like making fun of me, and I was like, I ain't having beers in my car. If we get pulled over or something. That's like little stuff, but like I would be in the cars where my friends are drinking, or like in college, you know, like some of my roommates would like we go to the bars frequently, and they would have just as many drinks as I would, and they would drive us back home. And I literally used to say this to my friends. I'd be like, as dumb as this sounds, I like feel completely like he's a really good driver when he's drunk. Yeah. Like, and it wasn't like, oh, he had a couple drinks, like he had 15
Hammered,
but like we got home safely every time. But now I look back at that, I'm like, that was so stupid. Like it was so stupid, because we'd like get on the highway to make a little shortcut and be going fast, and like that kind of stuff where I'm just like, I did that, but like please don't do that. Like please don't do that. Like, so yeah,
I hope that our kids, I won't speak for your children, but I hope my kid, at least, kind of like what we did a lot as kids, I hope they experience like the actual pain of physical life. We were always playing in the woods. We played sports. We were beating each other up, and we were running amok in like the trees, the creek, all the things. And I feel like there was just so many times where we definitely got hurt. I feel like every bee in a 100-mile radius had it out for you as a kid.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's going to be like that anymore.
Right?
I don't think kids play outside as much as they used to.
No. I mean, definitely, I'm kind of, I guess, eating my words now unless it'd be amazing, you strike it rich and have a bunch of land, like in LA, that's not going to be the case. My kids, we had, it's like 170 acres.
Yeah.
You don't have that here.
Yeah.
They're not going to get the experience of just running amok.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know, like, when the kid gets injured, what do you do if the kid gets bullied? Like, what do you do?
I don't think bullying's a thing anymore.
No, my Taylor's nephew, actually, at Bible school, he got bullied at Bible school for his buck teeth. He had big teeth, and I told the parents, I was like, tell him, I was like, I got made fun of all the time for like my big ears and like my buck teeth as well.
I had a major overbite.
Yeah, so I'm just like, yeah, you just gotta like lean into it and just honestly make fun of them back and kind of stuff. But like when it's your own kid, like, what do you tell them if they come home crying? Of like someone's like, I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah. But I definitely think that I'm gonna be who's good cop, bad cop, and you're.
Ooh, we talk about this a lot. I feel like I'm definitely gonna be bad cop.
Oh, see, I'm a good cop.
Because I love rules. I love like structure and discipline, and even though my kind of like association to rules has changed a lot over the last few years, I think rules are important. They're good to like implement some on your own, adopt others. And I feel like I'm probably going to start my parenting style off with rules and structure and discipline, and May is going to be, whatever. What'd your father say? No, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think. What happens if someone says, like, Mom said I can't do this, but like, can I? Do you go against what you're?
That is going to be a case by case situation where I'm going to have to weigh the pros and cons of how much shit am I willing to get from May, probably, or what argument might I have with her versus what experience might I be able to allow my kid to have.
Or another thing is like, what would be something that you would keep from your partner? And Taylor gave me an example of like, she's like, if our daughter like had sex for the first time and talk to her about it, she'd be like, I'm like we can have this as our secret, not as so like, you can trust in me. Mm-hmm. But it's like, what's the line of like, I don't know.
That's a really good question.
Like, what would be something kind of like, we're not gonna tell your mother about this. Is it like having an extra dessert, or is it like I don't know.
Who's daddy's a little pre-diabetic? All right. I feel like that's going to be really personal. Like, yeah. I can get on board with that example of if I have a daughter, hell, even if it's my son, if for whatever reason he feels more comfortable talking to May about, hey, Mom, I had sex, or I'm thinking about having sex, and they decide that, hey, this is a between us right thing, that's where I have the faith and trust and respect in May and
To
our
know what's
relationship.
something
To know, like, because look, I think I know in our relationship, it's probably just a matter of time before we tell each other everything. But we both kind of know like that barometer of, okay, right now, maybe like we're collecting other facts or other information, or, you know, I think we trust each other enough to know, all right, I know when's the right time to tell you. I don't know. I don't think there's ever going to be anything to where we take this to our grave, Junior, you know, like never tell your mother kind of thing.
unless you murder someone again.
Unless literally we murder someone again. Great. All right, cut. What part of secret didn't you understand? Yeah. Yeah, kids, man. Life is like going to really change the next year.
So I'm trying to just keep hustling and bustling so that hopefully I set up everything, you know, kind of have the right people in the place to assist with what I'm doing now. So I can, because I told Taylor, I was like, I want to be the like at every performance practice, like I want to be, you know, there all the time as much as I can. But like make it like that's like one of my goals. Like I don't want to miss anything because of work. And so I'm going to do my best to make sure that like happens.
Do you think you want your kids or will like support your kids going to college?
I told Taylor, I mean, that like, I don't even think college, I literally do not think college would be a thing.
I said the same thing. I shit you not, like 2 days ago. I was like, mate, college isn't going to be a thing. Unless you're going to be a doctor.
Correct. Unless you're going for a specific trade, as someone who went to college and is an advocate of it because of how I transformed as a person, not necessarily the education I got, but just it not only, I had a lot of fun, it was my formative years of like socializing, but times have changed so much that I think, because I told Taylor, I was like, do you think that in 20 years from now, you think that the kids are going to be going to college to get like a communications degree like Taylor got, or a
poli-sci,
a business degree? I was like, because even right now, unless someone want to be a doctor or whatever, I would say no, don't go to college.
Bro, so my undergrad was in exercise science. You telling me it takes 4 years to learn the human body, exercise programming, nutrition? No.
Yeah.
You don't need tens of thousands of dollars, 4 years of your life.
Well, there's even like data already. I mean, I think the just like the attendance is already starting to decline.
Oh my God, yeah,
so I mean, so no, I'm like 90% certain that it won't be a thing.
No.
And I also never say never, but like I don't know, maybe the kids will want to follow in like entrepreneurial journey, and you know I'll help them along the way of like, you know, luckily they're in a position where they can like they'll have the ability to like try things that they like and try different things. It's not like a very like straightforward path of like, you know, hey, you're going to the military like I did, or you have to be a doctor like I was. So we'll see kind of like what the child wants.
I brought that up with May. I was like, and here we're going to go look at the Army recruiter's office. And she goes, absolutely not. I wouldn't, kind of like what Dad did with me. He was never, hey, this is what we do, or hey, you're going to go look at the military. It was always just an option, which I think definitely fed into my interest to even consider it.
Would you push your kid to go to the military?
If they wanted to look at it, I would totally support their decision. Mm-hmm. I loved my experience. I think it was great.
Who knows what shit's going to be like in 18 years from now?
You think America will even be a country?
I don't know, bro. I mean, for
the
you,
way this shit is going,
literally, like, you know, your child will decide this in literally, you know, 18 years from now, and it's like, I mean, bro, even just look at how much life's changed in the past 10. You know, imagine almost 2 decades from now, especially as technology advances, AI advances, automation advances, like all the jobs that you even think are going to be a thing in 5 years. Imagine how advanced they're going to be in 20. And I mean, even just with AI and robotics and stuff, there's so many jobs now that will not exist.
Yeah.
I think even just simple things like even like fast food, like I don't think there'll be a single person taking your order in a decade from now.
No shit.
Period.
Well, yeah, I already see that at a lot of airports. It's like all automated iPad messaging.
Why would they? Why would they pay someone to press things on a screen at the front if they can just have the machine? If either the customer can just do it for you, like why?
Are you bringing any of that into your businesses right now? Like tech and AI.
When I need to write emails, sometimes I use ChatGPT. But other than that, no.
You don't have like a automated like shipper? Are you swapping out like tech for people? And
Well, I mean, just as kind of like a John Henry type of thing is, you know, who John Henry is?
no.
It's an old fable, kind of like Paul Bunyan.
Oh.
John Henry, he died with a hammer in his hand.
Yeah.
Tried to beat he tried to beat the machine putting the railroad spikes. Spoiler alert: he didn't beat the machine and he died with a hammer in his hand, trying to beat the machine.
R.I.P.
But sad story because he didn't because the machine was faster.
Is that a true story?
Yes. Same with the guy with the big ox. A prime example. So we get the sour strips.
Yeah.
Sourstrips.com, right? Find at your local Target. It's fantastic.
Or also available in Operation Podcast Studios.
Yes. We used to have like this, and this is something simple, like a simple machine, but we used to have to build these little 12 packs of candy, right? So the candy would come in bags, and we'd need to put them in 12 packs. And it would take like 8 people all day to pack like 600 boxes, let's say.
Like what, 8-hour workday?
Yeah, it'd be like all day, like for 8 people, it'd be like 600 boxes. So that's like them putting it in there, right? And then them putting it in the bigger box. This is literally just for like taking these smaller boxes, putting them into bigger boxes, where you put 12 smaller boxes into one bigger box and tape it up.
Okay, yeah.
They could make like 600 big boxes in 8 hours with 8 people. We got this tape machine that can automatically tape the boxes for you, that you put the candy in, you just slide it down the thing, and it starts taping it. Now, with 4 people, half the people, we can do those same 600 boxes before lunchtime.
So half the people, half the time?
Correct. Yeah.
Holy
So
shit.
now we can like double our output. We just got a second taping machine. So it's just like simple stuff like that.
Does it need a person to operate the machine or kind of like monitor the machine at all?
It just goes. Like you just, I mean, it's not like some advanced machine. It's literally just, it just puts tape on the top and the bottom of the boxes, but something that we were just manually doing that you needed all these employees for.
Shit.
Not like because you want to cut jobs. All these people just went into other roles, but but it's almost like, why would I pay 8 people to work for 8 hours when I could pay 4 people to work for 4 hours to get the same output, out. And also it's like such a monotonous task that it's like there's higher level things that humans can be doing that like
it's kind of like below the skill level.
Correct. It's just putting boxes in boxes. Like let the machines do that. Like now, now you can do higher level tasks that then people can like level up in the company. So that's like a small example.
Besides tape machines, what's the craziest thing you've seen in your business this year? Like crazy, oh my God, how are we going to get through this? Or crazy, oh my God, I can't believe that happened in a good way.
I mean, the craziest thing that's happened this year is us switching new manufacturers and
that was this year.
We started in February. We started in like January, and our plan was to be like done by March, but we just literally swapped like the last flavor like 3 weeks ago, so it obviously took a little longer. But that's been like the biggest like culture shock in the business, just because like I had to deal with
That's a big switch.
It's massive switch. But it was a necessary to scale the company. So it was it was a tough one.
Is it being received okay?
Yeah, well, now it is. So the way it kind of worked is like, so we needed to switch because the old manufacturer could not keep up with our demand, and basically I had this decision to make that was honestly like 2 years in the making, because I kind of saw that it already like was a baby problem like 2 years ago, and I was kind of like, I think this is gonna, if the company keeps scaling, this is gonna become a bigger problem. So I should start working on a solution for this. So not even an exaggeration, it was a 2-year project from starting to like source a new manufacturer to swapping. Like it's been was 2.5 years from the first email of like, hi, new manufacturer.
Damn.
So it was basically a decision of like, keep everything the way that it is and limit my company, or switch, have a culture shock, and change it. So yeah, we changed, to an entirely new version of the product, and I knew there'd be a lot of pushback, but I kind of like anticipated it. And so I knew that the people who were very, very angry would move on, say their piece, and just move on. And then I basically said, like, there's me 3 categories, like people who are angry and say, I hate what you did, I'm out forever. Section B would be hey, I love this even more. And I'm like, that's ideally what we want. And then group 3 would be, hey, I might have preferred the last one, but I am fine with this one.
This doesn't deter me really from
correct because
the cord.
Because I looked at it at a way that I've looked at a lot of brands that have. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I've eaten, consumed that has changed over the years, and some I've disliked, some I've liked, and some that is the group 3 that I fell in was like, hey, I like the old one, but I'll still eat it. Like, I'll still do this. It's kind of like Chick-fil-A just changed their like chicken and like.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, and like it mildly is different, but I was like, whatever. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, maybe the last ones are a little better, but
Yeah, like a month, I'm gonna forget about this.
yeah, exactly. And then that was another thing. I knew that once enough time went by, the dust would settle, and those who stuck around would be here. And our sales haven't dipped at all, which is great. We can continue to grow. And the way that I looked at it, it was like a big bet on the company. It was a huge. I mean, it's the biggest bet I could have done on the company. But I figured, look, we're in like 16,000 doors at the moment. Woo. There's about like 300,000 doors, give or take, that we could be in.
Yeah.
The amount of people that have not had sour strips yet dwarfs the amount of people who have had it. So let's make this switch now. So now people's first experience, they can decide at that moment, do I like the brand at all?
Yeah, you
yes
still
or
got
no?
a lot of what's it called, blue ocean.
Yeah. So that was like what went on in my brain of like, I knew there was gonna be a lot of pushback. So we did get a lot of pushback, but now it's settled. Every now and then there's still some people that'll still make a comment that even though the new stuff's been out for like months and months and months, I'm kind of like, it ain't come back, the old one. So yeah, so that's kind of the biggest shift, because I was like literally betting the entire company, because it could have been a big flop, but it was just like I had to make a decision. It was an extremely tough decision that I had to make for the future of the company.
Bro, I hear you say that like a lot. It just in catching up with you personally off air and like past years of coming on the show, like you talk about the big decisions you make, or even little decisions you make that you kind of forecast have big implications in the business. You do things in a way that at least you feel like is betting it all.
I'm a very emotionally driven with my decisions.
In a good way?
In my business.
Like you use emotion to drive your decisions, or your decisions make you emotional? No,
I use I use the way that I feel to make most of the decisions in my company. It is not a very
like logic driven.
Yeah, it's most people. For example, if you had this, not only most people would have like a lot more, like maybe people on the board or like multiple owners, but like people would like. With a lot of decisions of what we do, whether it be launching a new product, changing manufacturers, going into a new warehouse, they would have very like systematic like processes of like, here's the data, here's what the data shows you should do based on this and this forecast of this projection. It is a good decision. This is how much like all my decisions have just been like, I think this is what we should do. Like and it's not like I've just been like I'm enlightened and I just know the right decisions. It's just like I just am like, I think this is what we should do, and my gut is saying that this should happen, and that's like how I've made a lot of my decisions, most of my decisions in the company, for better or worse.
How would you kind of like describe the feeling? Is it I'm really anxious, but I know that this has kind of pushed me in the past in a good direction? Is it an excitement? Is it like an intuitive pulling kind of? How would you describe the feeling?
Well, I guess, I mean, the switching of the manufacturer was a big one that I knew was like, okay, the company like it's either going to hit this glass ceiling and I'm going to limit myself based on this manufacturer, or I'm going to run into like dramatically more issues or costs or anything. So I was like, this just kind of has to happen. But a lot of it is like, especially with decisions that I make in the company, because while we have a big team, anything you see with sour strips that goes out in the world, whether it be a flavor, a packaging, whatever, all of it stems from my brain. Like all decisions in the company.
You're so in the day-to-day, like what percentage of the daily operations and decision-making process do you think you have? It's like 80%, 85%?
I mean, I guess all of it. I mean, well, I mean,
there is no like COO or CMO or all these
Correct.
people, and you're just like yes, no, make it like approving decisions.
correct. Yeah. So I mean, any event we're gonna do to a certain level. Now I'm starting to like if there's like smaller events, like I'll just actually for the first time ever I saw I was like somewhere and I looked at my story and it was like Sour Strip's story and
I was somewhere recently too.
yeah, and it was like Sour Strips had a booth at like some like outdoor gym event or something, and I go, I had no idea that was happening. I was like, that's
Is that kosher?
yeah, no, it's fine because I've given the authority to Callie, who now is evolved from social media manager to like kind of like head of events is where we want to get there.
Cool.
Where I'm kind of like, hey. We've kind of been like, hey, here's a loose budget for the month, and just you've been with us since day one, like you know what we should and shouldn't do, and just
I trust your decision-making process
Correct.
for these end results.
Yes,
kind of thing to happen,
and that's kind of how we do everything. So like a lot of people have like, a lot of inputs, but I mean, at the end of the day, like a new flavor would not come out. My goal in the business is to drive the business forward and make the decisions that are going to like my job is to bring in the sales so we have work for everyone, and my job is to like what is the company going to come out with, so there's not like no one comes to me and is like, hey, we like thought up these designs for like a new candy, or like, hey, we thought up this flavor. So I mean I have a lot of input from my team, but most things come from like my brain. Like all the examples, like all the phrases on the back of the bags. Like if you look at the goofy little phrases that we have, all of them are just like shit that I thought up.
Imagine you just walk around laughing to yourself. That's funny.
Oh yeah, wait till you see. When is this episode coming out?
At least 24 hours from now, probably more.
No, I need to know so I can say something or not.
When do you want to come out?
Is it coming less or more than a week from now?
More than a week.
Oh, more than a week. Okay,
yeah.
so
several weeks.
So even after September 9th or anything?
Sure. Yeah, if you needed to.
No, it just as long as it's not like
at least a week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on our birthday, we're coming out with Strabango.
No way, you did it.
Yeah. Oh, I should have brought them, but bites. So
Strabango bites.
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. So they're great. But the phrase on the back says, I thought so. I think this is a really good one. Okay.
Sit down, everybody.
It says Strabango just seemed like a better name than Manberry. That's good, right? I thought it was funny.
It like hits on multiple levels.
Because at first, like Manberry, like Strabango, Manberry. Okay.
Who, when combining strawberry mango, would ever go Manberry? It's like I don't know. Maybe you're.
It's just a good little thing.
Sick person, but like.
But no, we have a great team, and the company's evolved a lot. But yeah, I mean, I think about this shit for like. Like my whole life. You know what I think about? I was walking dude the other night, and sometimes I think to myself, and I kind of like pinch myself, because while I don't technically have this data, I am confident that this is an accurate statement. That Sour Strips is definitely in the influencer space. I know there's Feastables that it's a chocolate. It's not a candy. It's a chocolate. But like, I mean, he's just more popular with the chocolate, but like it's definitely in the sour world. Like Sour Strips is the fastest growing sour candy brand. Period. Like it just is, like, especially in new and emerging brands, it just is. And I think sometimes myself that I'm just like, that's me. Like that's like,
dude, hell yeah, man.
And I think I'm like, I was the kid that like was obsessed with candy like my entire life.
Always have been.
So that's why I'm like, I live and breathe this business. So I love, like, all day I'm just thinking. I mean, similar to you, I'm sure, with like your business, where like when I'm going to bed at night, I'm like thinking about business and work and stuff. So it's cool. But I always try to be. I like to remember these cool kind of moments, but also be like, oh, that's cool. I want to make sure that like stays like that. So let's keep like pushing forward and keep innovating, and it's been cool.
It's been very cool. I feel like kind of in similar boats, where I feel like our bigger picture of things is really coming to fruition. I feel like yours definitely has been a big picture for several years now, kind of coming to fruition. But with me, the way business has changed and grown for me this past, like, 2024 has just been, it's been very in alignment with what I've set out to do in terms of this is what I do, these are the products and services, but also like the bigger picture. And I have the same sensation or the same thought so many times when I just kind of sit back, quite literally, like in the studio or out or just like walking the dog. Like, man, like this happened, that happened, this happened, and it's like I did that.
Think of like the origin stories too. Where do you remember the date? I want to say it was probably 2018 at the latest, but 2017. The whole family went to the beach. Where was it?
Oh, Naxat. Oh,
Nax-
no. Naxat? Yeah, North Carolina.
One of those.
Yeah,
Was that Labor Day or Memorial Day?
I think it was Memorial Day.
But that, I don't know if I told you.
Outer Banks. Went to Outer Banks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Outer Banks. I had them in 2017. It could have been any earlier.
We hadn't moved here yet, so it was 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the trip. I remember telling Mom, I don't know if I told you that time, but that was the trip that I told Mom, that was the first moment that I go, Mom, like I'm going to start a candy company.
No way.
Yeah. I remember
What did
telling.
she say?
She was like, "Oh, that's cool." I
That's nice,
think
honey.
you probably don't remember, but like I remember just like saying, I was like, because that was like when me and the buddies, like, when it first went into conceptualization.
I remember you talking about you were kind of exploring something new.
I was like, yeah, me and my buddies are going to start a candy
company.
company. But that was like before we even like started Googling like what you do. I mean, this was like the earliest thought of it.
How pissed are they that they didn't stick this out?
No, I'm very glad. Yeah.
We could have been a partner.
No, I'm very glad that I didn't have partners with it, for sure.
Well, dude, we got some more hangs to do. Let's go do a little bro workout. We're gonna go have a
nothing like
bachelor
chugging
party.
a Corona and then.
Can you put drinking alcohol up on YouTube?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
We're of legal age.
I used to take shots in the beginning of all my episodes.
Oh shit, that's right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just want to sit down with you. Always love talking with you. Kind of talk life, dick
Babies,
around, get
sour
serious,
strips.
Yeah, Babies Are Us, sourstrips.com, operationpodcast.com. Yes, that's about it.
Bangers.
All right, man. Let's get out of here. Let's go do stuff and let's get up to Tahoe.
Yeah, but first, hi, my name is Maxx Chewning, owner of a really cool candy company, and this guy's brother, and you're watching Ever Forward Radio.
Damn, it's like he's been here before. Yeah. I love how you remembered that. I was like, we'll just scrap all the template. We'll go. Cut.